Venessa Guillen. So she was a Spanish soldier who had got offed, and it started because she was getting harassed and stalked by her sergeant. And I will put the pictures at the end. So basically, the sergeant was married and he was cheating with somebody else. So the sergeant and the mistress were the ones who ended up getting rid of Venessa Guillen. So basically, it was coming up to the time for her to get ready to go home for her break, and so she was contacting her family to let them know that she would be home soon. Come closer to the date that she is supposed to come home, they stopped hearing from her. They said Venessa was the type of person to like text them or call them at least every single week. So it wasn't really too many days that went by when they had not heard from her, especially the contact picked up when she was telling them that she was getting harassed on base. Basically had a sergeant who wanted her sexually and she did not want to deal with him. So there was a day when she was supposed to be off work. I made another video talking about how they would tell us we would have days off, and they tried to bribe us to get certain shots and say they would give us days off of work, but we did not accept that because we knew they still would make excuses for us to come into work. Now they did the same thing with this girl Venessa here. Told her she would be off of work, still made her come into work, but told her that she would have a half a day due to her supposed to originally being off. So she ended up contacting another soldier and they made plans to go out that day. Now, this is what they told her to do. They told her to go to the weapons room, which is the arms room. I also made another video of me sitting at a desk when I made a few videos in my uniform. So basically, when you are on duty for that time, it's a room full of weapons that you are supposed to watch. You also take notes of anyone who comes in and out of the battalion, basically like kind of patrolling the base. It's kind of like night guard, like CQ, like staff duty, whatever terms that these people want to use, right? So basically, she went to go get a serial number off one of the rifles, and the person who was in the arms room, who was on duty to secure, was the sergeant who had been stalking her, following her, and harassing her. So where it got suspicious is because it turns out that her car was found in her apartment in her yard. Now, the message did not get back to the person she was supposed to report the serial number to. That text message didn't go through to the next morning. So if she went in on a Friday, why would she wait till Saturday to text you a serial number? She doesn't. It's not like we can take the weapon home. I'm unsure if she would have took a picture of it, but if she would have, then she probably would have sent it right away. Most of the time when somebody tells you to get something for them, you don't hold off on giving them the information. But anyways, it also was another thing that was made suspicious because number one, her car was found at her apartment the next morning at the same time that the text message was sent. So the serial number had been sent the next day. Not only that, come to find out, this sergeant had numerous of reports against him that no one had taken seriously because it's full of a lot of men who like to grape people anyway, so they don't care about you when you come forward and saying about that because that's right up their alley. But then she has her sister calls the base to reach out to Venessa and tell them that they have not heard from Venessa in a few days. So now the base is telling them they haven't seen Venessa either. So another red flag is that Venessa was not marked AWOL. I did another story time about how I got sent to military prison for 13 days because my racist commander lied and said that I was AWOL when I was not. And I literally had recorded myself going into her office and showing me and her. She ended up getting her consequences, by the way. She also was cheating on her husband. I did that story time as well. Her name is Kiara Madison. She's a racist, short white woman that's going to have to pay every single body, legally and spiritually. But anyways, so ends up finding out that she basically was into it with the mistress because the mistress was the one who was going back telling the sergeant that she felt like Venessa was going to tell on them. So basically they tried to have a poly relationship. Venessa didn't want it. And see, this is why I don't deal with dudes who deal with women who don't like me, because women will convince the dude that they want to have a threesome with you and that they like you, but their whole plan is to get the dude to go against you. Some dudes will literally have a woman in their life to stalk you. Like, this woman will know, hey, you are just here for me to sleep with you when I'm horny, and you need to be stalking her and finding her for me. Women will accept that role and low-key be envious and jealous, and in their mind they have a whole different plan. In their mind, they basically want to take this woman, they want to off her, they want to take her for her gifts, and they want to take her divine partner. Like, it's very common. A lot of people try to like destiny swap. It's just very a sick, pathetic, lustful way of thinking. But a lot of women are like that. That is heavily why I don't play around with no dude who has somebody that he's back and forth with off and on for a long time, because those girls would convince the dude that she likes you in a sexual manner, and the whole time she does like you. She wants you sexually, but she also wants you out of here, because the dude that she's overly obsessed with and trying to put love spells on, he literally wants you. So when it came down to her denying the relationship, the mistress convinced the sergeant for them to off her together, because she already didn't want the wife to be with the sergeant either. Like, this is not even her man, mind you that. So what they end up doing, they end up beating her with a hammer, stored her in a case, left base, came back to base, and moved her. They took her to the bridge, they cut her body up, they burned her, set her on fire, and then buried her. That's some demonic shit. That's just like a Jezebel, that's a witch. That's some shit that she would do to a real divine feminine. To a dude who she manipulated and put spells on and did dark magic and was using her vagina to trap him and take him from his true divine feminine. That same woman will want that divine feminine to suffer, because that man still wants that divine feminine. After you use your vagina, after I gave him to you, she's still upset because she can feel that love for that man, it did not go away. Honey, your vagina is not better than mine. That's just number one. And number two, you got to go through all that for a man that's not even yours. But my thing is that they said that they had not seen Venessa. They said they had not heard from Venessa. They said that her car was at her apartment, but she was not there. And the message got sent the next morning of her turning in the serial number. She was found on base at first and then taken off of base. So how y'all didn't see blood pools or stretch marks or proof of someone dragging somebody to a field? Like, it just went unseen. For the military, it's a very watchful type of environment. It's very much eyes open, peeking at everything. You're not sleepy, you're not halfway in. When I tell you when you're up, you're up. But justice for Venessa Guillen.